Hi everyone, I hope you can hear me clearly. I'm live again. Still maintaining my non-consistency just because it feels stifling and takes away my freedom for now. I may start being consistent. I hope you're all well and fine today. I just wanted to send out my condolences to this dear family that I was basically raised with. My best friend's father just transitioned, passed away yesterday morning, and he was a very happy-go-lucky, free, fun being, and he will be dearly missed. Dearly missed. Sorry about that. So let's get into it. Today I wanted to actually get into the fact that we are our worst enemies, and I've been feeling compelled for the last few days to share this, and I was going to yesterday until I got the news, and I just had to sit with the feelings and be there for that family that's basically a second family to me and my best friend, and through my heart and through my prayers, because I'm really far away from where they're at. But today I really felt that this is a topic I would like to discuss, due to the fact that I've been, as I'm sitting and chilling with my friends, and as you know, I love to really listen. People tend to have this tendency with me to, since I was young, to share their deepest truths with me, whether I know them or not, like anywhere, supermarkets, pharmacies, on the street. I just smile and say hello, and we talk, and I hear their truth about themselves, and they share. And recently some friends have been sharing with me how they perceive themselves. And it always shocks me and surprises me, because how I see them is very different than how they see themselves. And I started to recognize that how everybody perceives everyone else is very different than how we perceive ourselves internally. We are our worst enemies, in a sense. Like, even if there are those that tell us things like, oh, you're too slow, you're too fast, you're this, you're that, it's just a word that's coming out of them that's actually a representation of what they are fighting against becoming. Like, they're projecting their own. It's like they're self-talking, but through judging someone else. It's like saying that, for example, you're too shy, you need to speak up more, you need to be this, but that's just their projection and their self-expression internally, trying to get them out of their own shyness all the time, because they wouldn't have a problem with someone's shyness if they didn't have a problem with their shyness, let's say. Even if they seem extroverted, they must have fought so much against something internally that they detect it in others and find it bad. Side note, okay? The way I have been perceiving people is, I see them differently. And a lot of people see people differently on the outside. Like, oh, she's so confident. Oh, she's so outspoken. Oh, she's so wise. Oh, she's so grounded. Oh, she has her life all intact. And when you talk or you listen deeply, without any judgment, just listen deeply, when people finally open up and say, I regret that I did that in the past. I'm so ashamed of myself. I'm in pain because of this. I don't trust who I am. And these are all the people that, all humanity that we all perceive as something, and yet their own self-judgment, how they perceive themselves, is so different than what the world actually perceives them at. it be really nice if you could judge yourself less in a negative way and praise yourself a little bit more, or notice things about yourself in the positive light more than focused with all the things that need to change about you, that are horrible about you? Like, I'll give you an example. When you're sitting with someone, what are you doing most of the time? You're judging yourself. You're wondering how you're being perceived by that person. Do they like me? Do they not like me? Do they accept me? Wait, I have an advice for them. And if I give that advice, then I can feel like I am, like my daughter calls it, now it's part of my dictionary, I can feel that I'm wisdomous, right? Or I have worth, or there's something happening within me that I need to do because it's so important how I'm perceived by others, because in whichever form I'm perceived by others, it will either calm me down and make me feel, okay, I'm worthy. I did something good. I'm a good person. Or add to my judgment and prove that I'm not worthy to myself. So if I'm ignored, I'll feel unworthy. Look, nobody listens to me. I just said rubbish. I'm too much, whatever it is. And if I say something that somebody takes it in, I start to say, okay, I'm good enough. Okay, I matter. And all of a sudden it becomes, the outside world exists to either make us feel worse about who we are or better about who we are. But in either case, we're in a constant state of self-judgment, in a constant state of telling ourselves there's something wrong with us. There's always something wrong. So we are our worst enemy. Even when a friend compliments and says, you know, your hair looks really nice today, or you're dressed really nicely today, or you look good today, we cannot trust it because we don't believe in it ourselves, because our self-judgment in the mirror to ourselves has been like, oh, this shirt I've had for three years already, and I, got it at a thrift store. It's not that big a deal. And we put ourselves down to ourselves instead of just taking it as a compliment from source, letting us know our worth. So yesterday I was sitting with a friend, and I was dressed in my shorts and my little top. Now, I'm going to share this, as embarrassing as it is, but it's part of the story, so I will share it. So I don't wear bras anymore. I've given it up. Of course, when I was little, I couldn't wait to wear a bra, but now I've given it up. It just suffocates me. I simply cannot do it. And I make sure to wear shirts that are not transparent. And if I do feel like wearing white, which I always do, but I just can't stand wearing a bra, I will wear a bra. But in general, I don't. So it's interesting that this beautiful, amazing friend was like, oh, because now I'm gonna be a lunch monitor in schools. So yesterday was my first day, just for an hour, be surrounded by those innocent souls for an hour. I wanted to do that, and she was like, watch out. You don't want other people to get jealous of you or for you to take too much attention. And I was like, what? I don't understand. And she's like, well, you're so pretty and you're this and you're that. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. I was between the world of myself, my fearful self of oh my God, please don't pay attention to how I look. It's not about how I look. It's what I want to offer from my soul. I don't want anyone jealous or envious of me. That's please no. Plus, yes, I think I'm pretty, but I'm not that pretty where people are just going to go in, like all jealous and weird or look at me in a certain way. That's not what I want. And I could feel that fear coming in. It's always been a fear, like, no, 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 Don't feel jealous of me. Don't envy me. Don't look at me as to how I look. But like, can you see me for my essence, right? I'm not a threat to anyone. I'm not a threat. So I felt that fear come in, and at the same time, there was another version that was showing up and saying, this is Source loving you and giving you a compliment or telling you something. So it was just information for me. It was just I've built you in the best form that you can possibly be built in. But it gave me an awareness of my fear still, the old program, the old identity, the fear that, women will be jealous of me or think that I'm here to take their man when that's so not me. And then there was that other version, the newer me, that's like, thank you, Source, for such a beautiful compliment. I love you. Thank you for, it was my first day. I was nervous, and and thank you for bringing that in and allowing me to see both versions of myself and understand that, yes, she has the same fear I had, and I understand it and I see it, and it didn't hurt me and it didn't bug me, and I was just at peace with it. And I recognized how I used to judge myself, and there is some of that judgment still. And I was like, wow, so interesting. Like, I didn't even try to defend myself. Like, no, or like go up and completely change and put a bra on and tie my hair up. And, I stayed as I am. And I found that I'm like, well, this is who I am. I'm good with who I am. Even though the self-talk that was so abusive before was completely subsided, because I had found a place within me where I can accept me for me, regardless of how others will perceive it and how I may trigger others without my knowledge. And so I came to peace in that very moment. And that's why I was like, let me share about self-judgment, because it's the self-judgment that is the most painful place to be in. It's that self-judgment that hurts so much more than what others say. Because if I don't judge myself so intensely, and I come to terms with all of me, whether it's accepted or not by society, but I have peace with it, whatever anyone else says or perceives through their filter and their paradigm doesn't trigger, it doesn't poke at me, because there's nothing to poke at. The only reason we get tremendously angry, we defend ourselves, we judge ourselves so much when somebody says something, is because we believe it internally about ourselves. That is our perception of who we are, and to hear it from the outside, it's like a double impact, basically. It feels like truth. Somebody sees my false truth inside. But when that is resolved internally, you become indifferent to it. It's like, oh, okay, I understand. And appreciative, like, thank you for letting me know that that's your perception, and I know it's coming from a place of love for me. However, it hasn't done anything. It was just so neutral inside that there's nothing that I need to change or shift or worry about or fear, right? And then it's taken as a compliment from Source or a love from Source, right? It's like, thank you, Source. I appreciate that. I appreciate what I just heard. And it just added to me to see myself a little bit differently. So becoming less of your worst enemy is the key to your inner peace and joy. Because honestly, no one will speak to you as badly as you speak to yourself. You see yourself worse than how others see you, because you have seen the collective, everyone's different opinions of you, and you've gathered them as if they're one person telling you, which is you telling you. So let's say your mom had told you something once, your father had told you something once, your brother, your colleagues, your this, like random people throughout, but you've gathered them all these opinions, and they've become the one, like as if one person is telling you all the stuff about you and you believe it. But they're random and they're all about other people. They're all about their stuff, not yours. But they trigger you to look into your stuff and find peace with it. Right? They're just there to help you see your own inner dialogue up close and personal, so that you can be like, that is how I see myself. That is what I believe about myself. I say it to myself every day. I'm hurt by what that person said. However, that is my language internally anyway. What can I do about it now? Is it true that I'm this or I'm that? Is it true? Right? And it's like, no, not necessarily. What if I can choose every day, maybe for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, the whole day, every time you have conscious awareness, what if I choose to be kind to me a little bit more? What if the whole world hates me and thinks I'm the most despicable, disgusting, horrible person that is not worthy to be remembered, to be seen, to be appreciated? What if the whole world thinks I'm absolutely grotesque, like hateful, right? What if nobody wants to be my friend? What if I'm just yuck? What if the whole world sees me this way? And I'm the only person that can show myself some kindness in this. What if I choose one person to be kind to me, instead of looking for people to be kind to me, looking for people to be compassionate to me, you know, trying all these people, and they're all like, oh my God, why does this keep happening to me? All these people don't like, whatever it is. Saying like, okay, I'm not going to look for people to be nice to me or kind to me or see me or appreciate me. What if the person I've been looking for is me? What if I choose that I will see myself and give myself some kindness and appreciation? What if I can appreciate my doubts and be like, hey, cool. What if I can appreciate myself? What if I can appreciate who I am? You know, what if I can appreciate my procrastination? What if I can appreciate my shyness? What if I can appreciate my extrovertedness? What if I can appreciate all parts of me? What if I can have my own back, or be the person in the whole world that thinks I'm yuck? I can choose one person, which is the only person I have control over and can talk to, is me. What if I start choosing me to be nice to me? That's self-love. You know, self-love isn't, oh, I'm selfish. Self-love isn't that. Isn't like, oh, va-va-voom. You know, I'm amazing, I'm powerful. None of that. That isn't self-love. That's talking yourself out of self-hate. Self-love is more of like, I think I'm going to love myself enough to show compassion to myself, right? Self-love is compassion. When I love others, I show my best version to them. And my best version is what? Giving them my empathy, my compassion, my kindness. I offer that. I offer that to them. That is love. That's how I love others. What if I love myself that way too? I was just telling a friend that yesterday, and I was telling a few of my beautiful, I love my clients. Oh my God, they're just, you know, they're like, oh, they're beautiful souls. But I was telling them, you know, I was for years telling them the same thing. I didn't practice it, but I just knew it because I get this information. I've been practicing it for years now, and I'm like, this is so amazing. It's like, what is it that I can offer others, that I offer others to gain something from them, for them to see me, appreciate me, and love me? What if I take a break from that and delight myself with myself, my abilities? If I know how to give love through compassion to others, to listening to others, to giving them my attention. And that for me is love. How about if self-love looks like that for me? What if self-love is where I show myself compassion? I give myself the opportunity to be heard by me. My pain can be heard by me. What if I show some kindness to me? I look in the mirror and and as I start looking at the flaws and this, instead I notice, just conscious awareness. Oh my God, I'm looking for my flaws. Would I do this to someone I love? I wouldn't look for their flaws. I would point out what's good in them and be like, okay, I'm going to offer the gift of what I give others to myself right now. And just slowly and gently, like there isn't I got to do this to be better. You are already amazing. There's nothing better you need to become. All you want to do is love yourself through kindness and compassion. Just putting yourself in the forefront for you too. And just notice, like, you know what? Thank you, skin. God, you've really maintained yourself. Okay. Oh, I like the little arch on my nose here. Okay. Give yourself compliments, because that's what you would do for someone. It's not false. It's you deserve the gift of you for you. You deserve the gift that you offer others to yourself. I shared this also, that it's time for you to taste you. How about tasting how it's like to be you to you? Offering you that you offer to others. You're there for them. You change your plans to people please and to be there for everyone because you want something. You want them to see you. How about you do that much effort also for you? That is self-love. That will subside the self-doubt and self-judgment, because you will slowly come to terms with that I deserve my kind of love to also pour onto me as I pour it onto others. It's no more just for me. It's for me and others. Is this helpful? Is this making sense? Is this subsiding and giving you a bit more clarity on what this self-love looks like that everyone keeps talking about and everyone gets so confused, and I don't want to be selfish? Like, the true form, is it helpful? Well, I really do hope it's helpful. I don't know who's here, as always. And I've noticed that once I end a live, I see comments, they pop up later, that I haven't seen during the live. So I want to apologize if I have not on the spot responded or seen or because it's just not showing up. And I'm like completely surrendered to source, to doing this the way it's meant to be done. That's Charlie, my dog. So take care of yourselves. I will be actually on my Facebook, the Rain's Transformation page, a group, I don't know what it is. I'm going to actually do an Arabic. I'm going to try out an Arabic video live today or tomorrow. I'm not sure. It depends how I feel after this one. So I'm going to do an Arabic one, and then I'll share it here. A friend recommended and said you need to, Arabic. There are lots of people that have a hard time with English. Why not help? And I'm like, I will do that. And she told me this a month ago, and I've been a little afraid of it. I'm like, but my Arabic is wrong. I'm like, you know what? Because I think in English. But I'm going to try it out so that I can help. My Arabic has gotten a lot better. It's just when I get those inspirations, they're in English. However, I have nothing to lose and everything to gain. It'll help me. It'll help others. Why not? And I'm working on that, working up the courage to send that workshop and to fix the dates of the 4-day free How to Heal Your Future Self, which I have been working with friends and randoms and, seeing with it. And it's been showing up intensely now for me, where I'm helping clear out the future self, the future image of ourselves, heal that version, so that from the present till the future there's a deeper joy inside, the fear of the future. So if you're interested, again, just leave it in the comments. Yes, interested, and I will post it when the time is right, and we'll start. All right, take care of yourselves. Remember to give yourself compassion and kindness as you would others. And notice, consciously be aware of how much judgment you have. Breathe between them and just notice. You have to only notice. You don't need to change it or shift it, or just notice. Observation in itself changes the molecular structure of things, even thoughts. Just the observation of something, just there's something to be noticed by you, about you, in a loving, compassionate way. Just notice. It changes things. The shift already takes place and happens. I love you dearly, dearly, dearly. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. You want to take this deeper and further, now get in touch with me, of course, and we'll have a one-on-one. You're interested to join the 4-day free live event, let me know. And I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Love you all. Take care. Bye.